What's good, everyone? Chris coming at you, and I made this video because due to the current global situation, I'm stuck at home. I'm on day 12 now of my self-isolation. I just got back from a trip from Mexico, and the government has asked me to stay home, which I think is probably a great idea right now. Now, with that being said, I want to hopefully inspire you to do something that's a little more positive, that's a little more uplifting, a little more upbeat. And that is to make a vision board. For any of you who don't already know, visionboards.ca is a website that myself and my partner Carolyn have put together to be able to help people to stay inspired, to get clear on their goals, on their vision, on their aspirations, and really take some time to figure out, like, what is it that I want? Where do I want to go from now until, in a year from now? Where do I want to go in 6 months from now? And a vision board, for anyone who doesn't already know, is a visual way to set goals and basically keep your aspirations in front of you in a visual way. So I'm gonna quickly show you mine. Check this out. This is what I'm working on. Now, over the next few hours, I'm basically going to create this vision board. I have a really special way of doing mine. I'm an artist. I gotta be honest with you. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. It's got to be just so. And I need to make sure that it's perfect. It has to be this way. And if you look at the vision board, I'll quickly kind of roll through and show you some of the images here. So just... I have been doing this for several years now. I started my vision board journey kind of in 2000 and, well, actually, in retrospect, thinking of it now, when I was, I think, 12 years old or 13 years old, I started cutting posters out of magazines. And at the time, it was a lot of like music-related magazines. So I was putting like pictures of my favorite singers or my favorite artists up on the wall, and I was putting pictures of like crowds, a lot of music related magazines, and for me, I started putting those pictures on my wall, and I didn't realize that that was actually creating a result in my life. And fast forward a couple of years to 2007, I joined a band. Actually, I joined several bands, but that's neither here nor there. For those of you who don't know, I was in a band for a little while. And it was a lot of fun. I got to spend a ton of time with like 4 of my best friends in a van, touring, playing shows, playing music every day. That's literally all that we did. But here's the point that I need to make about this. When I was 12 years old, back in 1999, oh God, I'm old. Ugh. That makes me feel so old saying that. Back in 99, when I was like 12 or 13 years old, I was working on projects that I didn't realize were creating a result in my life. And I was cutting pictures out, cutting posters out, cutting out words, and posting them all over my wall in my house. But here's the thing about that, is that actually, full disclosure, this is an opinion statement, those actions way back when I was a kid was helping my reticular activating system to recognize this is an opportunity that I want to look for. This is something that's attractive to me. This is something that I should focus on when I see it. And so I spent many years going to concerts. I spent many years playing in bands and being a frontman on stage in front of people, doing the things that were posted on my wall when I was merely 12 years old. And since then, books like The Secret, books like The Attractor Factor, The Aladdin Factor, there's tons of books out there. I'll post some of them below this video so you can go check them out. These books taught me that you can create any results that you want in your life by simply being aware of it and having clarity on what that is. Now, I'm not gonna go into a whole thing about the law of attraction and what that is, but for those of you who don't know, it means that your thoughts and your feelings and your focus is what creates your reality. Again, I'm not gonna go in the weeds on this. It's probably the most high-level overview you're ever gonna hear, but The law of attraction helped to change my life. I started looking for teachers in this world, in this space. People like John Assaraf, people like Jack Canfield, Rhonda Byrne, Jerry and Esther Hicks, Joe Vitale, and several others that I won't list here. When I discovered about the law of attraction, I became very passionate about consciously creating my reality. And one of the best ways to do that is, you guessed it, a vision board. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna quickly show you what I'm doing on the vision board. I'm gonna show you some kind of behind the scenes stuff, but I just wanted to show you like a little extra step that you can take to bring your vision board to the next level and basically make something that's amazing, that looks amazing, but that is also helping you to manifest the life that you desire. It helps you to keep your aspirations front of mind so that when you are, for example, waking up in the morning and seeing this is what I want to create. It's just a powerful way to really focus on what it is that you're building and make sure that your brain is subconsciously recognizing opportunities to do the things that are in front of you all the time. It's like a daily reminder of what's important to me and what should I focus on. So here we go. I'm going to quickly show you my vision board and I'll show you some of the steps that I take to make it pop. All right, so here I am. I'm at the vision board. Now, one thing that I need to make very clear is that my type of vision board is not necessarily it's not for everyone, okay? A lot of people won't be willing to do what it takes to make something like this, and that's okay. You don't need to make it so crazy. I spent a lot of time on mine because I think it's something that's really important. One good example that I can share with you is someone said to me, we spend more time planning our vacations than we do planning our life. And that stuck with me forever. I wish I could remember who said that to me, but it changed the way I look at things and look at the world, and I've become a lot more reflective and introspective in the process of doing things like this. So I'm just gonna quickly kind of show you what mine looks like. It's nuts. There's so much stuff on there, and I go into a lot of detail. The reason is because this is something that I'm gonna see every single day. Not only do I want it to look good, but I also want it to remind me these are the specific things that I want to bring into my life. This is what's important, and I have to be really specific on this. This is one thing that I think a lot of people miss, is getting clarity on what exactly they want. They're not as clear as they could be. For example, they'll get a magazine, okay, and they'll, here, look, so these are photography magazines, and the reason I got them is because they were free, which is awesome. But the second reason is because I know that for me, photography is going to be a big part of my life for the foreseeable future, and I want to focus on things like that so that I can be aware of, hey, I need a new light setup, or I need this new lens, or I need X, whatever it might be. I've taken a bunch of magazines here. You can see maybe a couple of them, but these are magazines that I quickly grabbed. There's one for Men's Health. There's an Entrepreneur magazine. There's some Mexico real estate magazines. There's even flight magazines. One from Air Canada in January and one from WestJet in February. So as I'm traveling, I'm collecting these magazines, and to me, it's just, these are the things that I know are important, so I'm gonna focus on getting them, and I'm aware that, oh hey, I might need this magazine for this later on down the road. So I hope that helps, and here, check this out. I'm gonna show you my vision board and what I do. So this is something that I've been doing for a little while now, and all I'm doing is I'm taking a piece of board like this, and what I'm doing is I'm just using an X-Acto knife to go around the image that I want to put on my board. So here, I've got three examples, so I'll just kind of quickly show you, but these are real world examples of what I'm talking about. So here's one that's just, you can kind of see it's a little bit popped up right here. This little guy right here, you can see that here's the board, and then here's my vision thing, okay? So another good example is my family photo. I want that to be, my family's the most important thing to me, so for me, I want to make sure that this is raised up. You can see there's kind of a section there that's, this is what I'm talking about right here, this little lift up thing. Okay, so first things first, what you need to do to create an effect like this is glue stick, scissors. I'm personally using an X-Acto knife. Obviously, use your best judgment, okay? Maybe this is not for you. Some people struggle with this type of thing. Safety first. By the way, great activity to do with your kids, giving an opportunity to your young people to not only be creative, but also to get clear on their aspirations and their goals is an amazing parenting tool. So for those of you who are struggling to find something to do with your kids during this crazy isolation time, this might be a cool little way to do it. So I hope you get inspired by this and you want to make something, but I'm going to show you kind of how I do it, and then you can decide if this is a fit for your vision board and what you want to create. I'm just going to find one that I know that, one of these images that I want to pop off of the screen or off of the vision board. So I'm going to do that. Here's a picture of me taking a picture. Super meta, right? Am I right? So I'm going to take this and I'm basically going to glue I'm going to glue this together, but then I'm going to glue it on this poster board, and then I'm going to cut it with an X-Acto knife here. So again, safety first, obviously. There are so many fun tips here. I'm giving all the tips. Check this out. So I want to glue this picture onto this background so that it has a border, like kind of like a purple sort of border like this. But here's the thing, is if I want to go all the way to the edges of this, I need to set it down on something. So what I've done here is I grab a blank piece of paper and I just set it on top of it. And this way I can actually go to every edge of the image. Oh, come on, glue stick. I literally can't even open this glue stick right now. Ah, there we go. Okay. One big thing is, like, I'm really a little bit weird about this. I want to make sure this thing is permanent. So I really go a little bit overboard, I think, with glue. So there we go. I've got the image figured out. I know that for me... Is it focused? There we go. Okay, so now we're in focus. So this now is going to be put onto this poster board, and I'm going to cut around it. I'm just going to go right into it. I mean, I'll show you kind of a closer video. I'll switch angles, and then we'll kind of go in on this. Okay, so I just finished doing one little square. There's a bunch of these that I now have to do to make this vision board really like come alive, but this should give you some context about how, we can raise things up a little bit to make your vision board pop a little bit more. So for me, this is the only way to do it. I refuse to make a vision board that has anything less than what I'm kind of showing you here, but this is, for me, one thing that I think sets my vision boards apart from other ones that I've seen is that it's just different. It's something that's my own kind of unique flair. I'm now sharing that with you. Feel free, take my idea, take my concept, use it. I hope, and I really mean this, I hope you do this with your kids. I hope you take some time for yourself. We've got to do our best to make this situation into something positive. We have to keep hope at a time like this. This is a really uncertain time. A lot of small business owners are struggling right now. Major airlines are grounded all over the world. You've got companies, individuals who are really being tested in terms of their resilience during this time. You've got countries closing their borders, literally closing their borders, which to me is insane. I've never seen anything like this in my entire lifetime. I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna do everything that I can to not just stay positive, but to have hope for the future, because we need that right now. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below the video. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this process, and if you want to, let me know how you've been using it in your own adventures. I put a couple links below the video. If you aren't already, please take a second to subscribe to this channel, because you definitely should subscribe. I mean, yeah, go ahead, subscribe now. Thanks for watching this video. Share it with a friend. We'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out, guys.